Hello all, this is Damini, co-founder of VMake Scholars. I welcome you to the 46th episode of our web series Loanflix Season 2. And let me clarify, the title of this video is not a clickbait. You can actually get an education loan at net 0% interest rate. Of course, it is not applicable to every one of you or for every kind of profile, but it is definitely applicable to some of you. I have seen a lot of vloggers making videos by the title 0% interest rate and later putting hazy information in the video just as a clickbait. They use this. I recently saw one such video wherein the blogger said that you can take a loan on your provident fund account, your PF account, and use that for your education purpose. In that case, you would not be charged any interest on this loan, so it's 0% interest loan. But what that blogger didn't tell you is that if you take loan on your PF account, you would lose that 9% interest which you otherwise get on your provident fund account. I understand not everyone would be that good with maths, but isn't losing 9% interest rate equal to paying 9% interest rate on any other loan which you're taking from the market? Also, the loan which you're taking on your provident fund account is not even an education loan, which means you cannot claim your section 80E income tax exemption benefits. It will fall under your existing ATC exemptions only. If you're not aware what ATE exemption is, please don't worry, I will tell you about that in a while. Coming back to this, and the loan on PF account, as it is not an education loan, which means you cannot even claim lesser foreign remittance tax, which is TCS. So that's why, guys, please take an expert advice before taking all these influencers seriously. So in this video, I'm going to tell you some of the ways through which your education loan interest rate can actually be net zero. But I'm repeating again, it doesn't apply to everyone or every kind of scenario. So don't be disappointed if the criteria which I'm gonna specify doesn't fit you. So let's start this video, but before that, for those of you who are new to my channel, let me tell you, Loanflix is a web series which covers each and every detail of an education loan, right from the eligibility, process, disbursement, repayment, everything. And Loanflix is an initiative of VMake Scholars. VMake Scholars is an organization which is funded and supported by the Ministry of IT, Government of India, and its sole purpose is to help students like you get an education loan or other forms of funding sorted for your higher education. And let me make it very clear, all the services of VMake Scholars are completely free of cost. So you can reach out to our team for help with your education loan without any second thought. I'm leaving the link in the description through which you can get in touch with us. So let's start. Now let's assume you want to take a 20 lakhs of education loan. Now I'll tell you how to get it at 0% interest rate. Now the average interest rate in the market right now for a public sector bank is about 10% per annum. Now let's say you're taking this loan for a period of about 6 years, which is more than enough to repay back a 20 lakhs loan. So it includes 2 years of course duration, 1 year of moratorium and 3 years of repayment time. Now I'll explain this whole 0% interest rate calculation for 3 kinds of customer. You are type 1 if your father's income is above 10 lakhs per annum. You are type 2 if you are a SC/ST or minority and your family income is below 8 lakhs per annum. And you're type 3 if you're of any caste or religion but your family income is below 5 lakhs per annum. So I'll explain this whole next video for these 3 type of customers. Now let's start with the first one. So if you're in type 1, your family will be able to claim 30% tax exemption every year on the interest portion which you are paying towards your education loan. So 30% exemption on a 10% interest rate brings down the effective interest rate to about 7%. Now this exemption can be claimed every year for a period of up to 8 years. That's what the section 80E of income tax section says. So now the leftover interest portion after this exemption will be about 7%. Now let's say if you're putting FD as a collateral. Now you can use an existing FD which is there with you already, or you can make a new FD with funds from your PF account or from the savings account. Now on the FD you will be able to get 100% of the FD amount as a loan. And as this FD will be a long-term FD, all the banks will give you an interest rate on this FD in the range of 6.75% to 7.25%. And this interest gain on FD can be adjusted towards your loan interest rate, bringing down the interest rate of your education loan to 0% or minus 2.5%, because the FD gain can be larger than that, right? So that's how it works. And because this unlike the story which I told you at the start of this video, this particular loan is going to be an actual education loan, which means you will be able to claim even the other benefits such as lower foreign remittance tax at 0.5% instead of 5%, which is charged for non-education loan foreign remittances. So if you are in type 2 or type 3 category, your family will actually not be able to get much benefit from this income tax section 80E. Hence, as per the new budget, it is better for your family to opt for the new tax regimes. This was just an extra tip. Now, the type 2 and type 3 customers will actually be eligible for Dr. Ambedkar subsidy scheme, which means the 10% interest rate which we are assuming in this video's calculation will be paid by the government for your first year, second year and third year, which is like 2 years of course plus 1 year of moratorium. So for this period, government will be paying your 10% interest rate, which means you will have to pay that interest portion only for the leftover 3 years, because I've assumed at the start of this video that totally you'll be taking the loan for the 6 years, which is more than enough for anyone to repay a 20 lakhs loan in the leftover 3 years when you're working abroad. So now only you will have to pay the interest rate for these leftover 3 years of repayment. That also, the interest amount will be reducing every year as you keep paying the principal and the EMI. Now let's say again in this scenario, even for type 2 and type 3 customers, the collateral which you are putting is an FD. So you'll be getting an effective interest gain of 7% on this FD. Now for the first 3 years, you will be gaining 7% income on FD every year, but there will be no expense because the government will be paying the interest, the entire interest portion, because you are under the subsidy scheme, right? So you will have an earning of 7% for the first 3 years. Now for the next 3 years, when the government stops paying back and 3 years of your repayment tenure is there. Now for those 3 years, of course, 10%, 10%, 10% is the interest rate, wherein 7% of FD will be adjusted. So the leftover is 3%, 3%, 3%. Now, because you have earned income on FD for the first 3 years by gaining that 7%, that is more than enough to pay back the leftover 3% for the remaining 3 years of repayment. Even if it is 4 years of repayment, then also that amount is more than enough, which means your effective interest rate even in this scenario will become 0%. Yeah, so that's how you will be able to get an education loan at 0% interest rate. And now even for these type 2 and type 3 customers, you can avail that benefit of low tax on foreign remittance, which is offered for education loan customers, which actually ends up saving you another 4.5% on TCS. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll definitely get back to each one of you. And please note that VMake Scholars team can help you one-on-one with your education loan process for studies in India or abroad. And you can get in touch with VMake Scholars team by requesting a call back using the link mentioned above. After that, a financial officer will get assigned to you and he or she will help you with the entire education loan process end to end. And please note that all our services are completely free of cost. VMake Scholars is funded and supported by the Ministry of IT, Government of India. And in addition to that, if you appreciate all the effort we put in to bring this information out to you, then please subscribe to our channel and do hit the like button and do share it with your friends and colleagues. That's it. Stay tuned for my next video. See you soon.